What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy B with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So it'll just be a quick analysis versus my other analysis, just because not much has changed. Today is a slight green day, but we're still below the trend line. You can draw a trend line across the swings of the candle, the micro swings, and we're still below it. It is a good sign that we're finding a little bit of support here. It makes sense because this was prior resistance that has turned into support. So this was resistance here. Price broke above it, failed, broke above it again, held as support, rallied. Now we're back at that level once again. But this is more of a micro support. I'd say the stronger one is right about here at 362. So we'll see what happens. Earnings report is tomorrow after market close. Is it going to collapse price down to 362, or are we going to rally back up to 457 and even higher from there? Well, who knows when, or I mean how, but I say it's still bullish regardless if we go down or not. As long as you don't see complete collapse of the stock price, this still has a opportunity to move up higher towards that measure move target because it has not been invalidated yet. So this is all one leg right here. Second leg up, 550 is the target. 560, 550, doesn't matter. A couple points off here and there. The market is not perfect. So right around the mid 500 is the measure move up, and price is just pulling back right now. So we'll see what happens. I think expecting a decent size move from that earnings report. I don't think it's going to just be a small move. Expecting a decent size move because if you look at the technicals also on the weekly, it looks like price is getting pinched between a couple of levels. It looks like the levels are converging. So that's all I want to say for MSTR. Basically, still below the trend line, slight bounce off of prior support. Is this enough to break that trend line? Doesn't look like it right now. So we could see maybe another drop, and then we'll go from there. So that's all I have for MSTR on the daily chart. Let's take a look at Bitcoin's chart. Bitcoin just doing nothing. It's just consolidating at the highs in this very tight range, and it's right between 120 and 117. So price is just consolidating. The market is in equilibrium. It's neutral right now. There's no imbalance between buying and selling pressure. It's just flat, boring, flat, wasting time, just not doing anything. So see what happens if it breaks down lower. I'm looking for the 114 level. If it breaks out higher, 123. It's probably like a coin toss right now which way it's going to break. Most likely if it breaks up or down, I say regardless we go higher because that is the long-term trend and that has a good amount of force to the short-term price action. So let's go back to MSTR. Then I want to go over this right here. Just what is the market? Why are we even analyzing the price? Well, I'm pretty sure you guys do it when you guys book flights. So this is an example right here. Tokyo to Nandi, Fiji. It's an island off of the coast of Australia. So Tokyo to Nandi, Fiji. It'd cost you about $1,300 if you were to go for about like 5 days. Now let's see the price action. I want to analyze the price. I want to see if this is a good opportunity or in a area where I'd rather wait for lower prices. So we can go view price history, and you have this chart right here. This is a line chart. This is a candlestick chart, and this gives you more detail about the intraday price action. But you could also switch it to a line. So look at the similarity. So we have this line chart, and then look at this line chart. So you would analyze it the same way. So you can analyze anything with the price that has anything with price. So historically, 1295 is typical. So about $1,300 is typical. Now the lowest prices just a few days ago was 1,156, and it was over there a few times as well. You see these spike ups right here. So you would analyze this the same way as you would analyze a price chart for stocks or crypto or bonds or futures contracts. It doesn't matter. So whenever you see a spike up in the market, it could just be an emotional move. It could be just a mistake. It doesn't matter. But a lot of times they retrace right back to the starting point. So this spiked up from 1168 to 1322, and then it spiked back down towards that same level. Same thing right here. We had a spike up, spike back down, and then we spiked up. I'm expecting probably a spike back down. So me personally, I think the highest probability from 1,300 is a drop back down to mid $1,100. So you can see how well that's been flat here, spike up, comes back down same level, spike up, come back same level. So you can do the same analysis for anything with the price charts. And that's why, this is not random voodoo stuff, technical analysis. We're just analyzing the market participants, and it applies to anything in the world. Everything with the price chart, you can analyze stocks, real estate. There's a right time to buy real estate. Why would you buy at the top of the cycle unless you believe it's going to continue moving up higher? But even real estate has cycles, they have trends, and if you could track the price of your house, or the houses in your neighborhood or city, then you can have a better idea of when to sell or buy, whatever. So again, this is very important because it does work. It works in anything. This is the same market. If you were looking at this chart, you'd be like, okay, well, it spiked up, but I'll just probably wait. Most likely it'll collapse back down, and that's what happened a few times already. Most likely that's going to happen now. I would not be surprised to see it collapse back down to below $1,200. Right now it's $1,295. There's expectation that within a few days it collapses back down to $1,200. So we'll see what happens. But as right now, it's the same situation. You can analyze the price chart of anything, so it's not all random stuff in the market. So same thing here. Well, buyers are like, okay, well, every time we get up to 441, 450, I'll take profits. I'll take a short. It seems expensive. They'll wait for lower prices, and now we have a little downtrend in play. Downtrend is bouncing off some minor support. It could reverse higher, but right now downtrend looks stronger. So we'll see what happens. Earnings report is just right around the corner. So that could lead to a volatility spike in either direction. So just want to go over that. And then probably last but not least, let's go over like the trend lines. Some people say, you're drawing random lines on the chart. That's not the case. The lines are there without me drawing it. I hope you guys understand that. So there is lines on this chart without me even drawing it. But I'm just putting the lines on for your guys' reference. So for example, I can see a triple bottom. I can see the all-time high. I can see some micro support, macro support, but we can mark it. So that's the all-time high. We have a triple bottom here. We have some little micro support here. A little bit less strong as this bottom one right here, 360. Even less micro support here, less stronger. So I mean, the lines are there regardless if you draw it or not. You're not drawing random things. I'm not drawing a line like this. Like, what is that going to do? It doesn't do anything. I mean, it doesn't tell me anything. Or like this. Let me see if I draw a line like that. Okay, well, what is that doing? That's just a random line right through the price. It doesn't do anything. That's a random line. So we're not drawing random lines on here. We're just drawing what we see and what the price is doing. And it's subjective, obviously. It is definitely subjective. There isn't a black and white thing in the market when if it does something, like you automatically win $1 million. For example, if you draw a trend line like this and we break it, do you automatically sell? You take a short, and then you put in $1 million. Well, I mean, you could be wrong because it could obviously reclaim that trend line and move up higher. So there's no black and white thing. You just have to continue to adjust and go with the flow with the market and try your best to be on the right side. So I just want to cover those things. And also one more thing. This is very common, and this means that you're very new to the market. Whenever someone says you need to consider macro environments, blah, 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 you need to consider this, you need to consider this fundamental, that's all nonsense. And I'll go over one reason why. The main reason is because we live in an instantaneous world. If, for example, if a news report comes out, you're like one of the last ones to see it. Why? Because the news report station already saw it before you, and someone else probably saw it before them. So it's all, wouldn't you want a place where you can get your news instantaneously? That's what the market is. That's why you have this price right here. So this is considering all the variables for you already, so you don't have to scan through hundreds of news items because the market already does it for you. If the market doesn't care, then why should you? If a good news comes out and the market is not positively reacting to it, then it wasn't good news. It was just regular news. It was nothing. If the market drops down lower, or if the bad news comes out subjectively, what you think is bad, and the market rallies, well, then the market doesn't really care. It didn't think it was bad news. So that's what matters the most. It's just basically changing your belief. Everyone grew up believing in the tooth fairy or Santa Claus, and then your beliefs change. Obviously, you don't believe that anymore, but it's still in the back of your mind because you used to believe that. But now you don't believe it. Same thing with me. I used to believe fundamental analysis was actually what moved the market, and I found out that's not actually true. And now I'm at a higher level of awareness of the market. So if you're still thinking fundamental analysis drives the market, then that's first level thinking. I think that's incorrect, and it has proven to be wrong multiple times. So I don't think that's the right way to look at the market, because fundamentals can be subjective, and the market is what really matters. That's what they value the stock at, and that's what we need to keep an eye on. So that's all I have for MSTR today. Earnings report tomorrow after market close. I probably will do one maybe on Friday or Saturday after the earnings report. So we'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.